Hello students, welcome to Sant Tukaram National Model School's YouTube channel. Myself Mr. Abhilash Jadhav and my dear students, we are learning about one of the major natural disaster, and that is earthquake. In first two parts of the videos, we have understood what is mean by an earthquake and how do these earthquakes happen, what are tectonic plates, what are seismic waves, what is a hypocenter and what is a epicenter. All these things we have understood in the two parts of the videos. Now I hope that every one of you have understood how earthquakes happen. Now it's time to learn some more interesting things about the earthquake, and the interesting thing where everybody will be very much enthusiastic to know that how do we measure the earthquakes. So we measure different things in our everyday life. So how in the same manner, do we measure the earthquakes also? Yes, we do measure the earthquakes. Then what instrument is used, what device is used, and how do we measure these earthquakes, that we are going to find out in this part of the video. So first of all, we will learn about what is an instrument which is used to record the details of the earthquake. So let me tell you, this instrument which is used to record the details of an earthquake, this is known as the seismograph. Details in the sense, where is the hypocenter, where is the epicenter, what kind of the seismic waves are there. So all these kind of the details, for how much time the earth shook, all these details are measured with the help of an instrument, and this instrument is called as a seismograph. And whatever the recordings or details we get or we obtain with the help of this particular instrument which is called as the seismograph, these recording or the details of these earthquakes are called as the seismogram. Okay, so the recording instrument which is used to record the earthquake, that is the seismograph, and the recording which we obtain with the help of this instrument about the earthquake, this recording is called as the seismograph. Scientists can measure and record the seismic waves made by an earthquake using an instrument, and this instrument is called as the seismograph, as I told you. The word seismograph is the combination of the two words. Okay, English language has derived so many words from the various different languages. Some of them are from even from the Marathi, and some words are from Hindi, Sanskrit, and some other regional languages are there. So this word is also have derived from the Greek language. This word is the combination of the two words, seismograph. First is the seismos, is a Greek word which means shaking, and second word is the graph, the word. So seismo and graph, when we combine this word, we get a seismograph. So seismo means shaking and graph means the way of recording something. So seismograph means a machine that records the shaking of the earth or shaking of the ground, that is called as the seismograph. Okay, now we'll come to, and we will now try to understand what is a Richter scale. And this particular person which you are able to see in the picture, this person is the Charles Richter. This is the person who has invented this Richter scale. Now with the help of the seismograph, only we get the recording or the details of the earthquake, but we do not come to know about the intensity of the earthquake. So to measure the intensity of the earthquake, how powerful it was, to let us means to get the intensity of the earthquake or to measure the earthquake, we have to use the Richter scale, particular scale designed and invented and developed by this particular person who is the Charles Richter. So we'll see what is a Richter scale. Earthquakes are measured on the Richter scale. Seismograph is the different thing, and the Richter scale is the different thing. Seismograph is the instrument, is the device which is helping us to record the details of the earthquake, and Richter scale is the scale or the device instrument. It is used to measure the intensity of the earthquake. So this was invented, this Richter scale was invented by the Charles Richter, whose picture we have seen now, in the year 1935. And as I said, the strength of the earthquake, the intensity of the earthquake is expressed as the magnitude. Okay, so Richter scale starts from magnitude 1 and above, right? So the strength of the earthquake, how powerful was the earthquake? It is expressed in the term magnitude. Okay, now on this Richter scale, there are the magnitudes are there, which starts from 1 and above, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. As the magnitude of an earthquake increases, the level on the Richter scale also increases. So if the seismic waves are more powerful, the intensity of the earthquake will be more, and if the intensity or the strength of the earthquake, if it is more, then on the Richter scale, the magnitude of that earthquake will also increases. Okay, next thing. So here is the Richter scale. For example, if the earthquake of 1 to 2.9 magnitude, means the intensity of the earthquake, if we'll measure it in the magnitude, and if it is 1 to 2.9, then this type of the earthquake is called as the micro earthquake. If the magnitude on the Richter scale, if it is measured in between 3 to 3.9, then we call it as a minor earthquake. If the earthquakes of magnitude lies between 4 to 4.9, we call it as a light earthquake. And if the intensity of the earthquake is in between 5 to 5.9, then these earthquakes are called as the moderate earthquakes. The earthquakes of magnitude 6 to 6.9 are known to be the strong earthquakes. The earthquakes of magnitude 7 to 7.9 are called to be the major earthquakes, and the earthquakes of magnitude 8 to 8.9 are called as the great earthquakes, which can bring more damage and more lives of loss of the lives of the people and other things. So earthquakes of magnitude 1 or 2 can hardly be felt. We may not able to feel them, but the earthquakes, those are of 3 or 4, we may feel them. And the earthquake which are whose intensity or whose magnitude is 5 or beyond that, these kind of the earthquakes can cause the major damage. So earthquakes of magnitude 1 and 2 cannot be felt, we may not feel them. 2 and 3 we may feel, some people may feel it, some there will be some shaking of means if the books are there in the bookshelf or some utensils are there in the cupboard, they may shake, they may vibrate. Earthquakes of 3 and 4 hardly they will be felt. The ceiling fans and other things may swing. The earthquakes of 4 to 5 magnitude, if they are there, then from here these kind of the earthquakes can start causing harm to us. The walls will crack, sometimes the old buildings will collapse, and all those things can happen. Okay, so about this was about the 2 devices. One was the first instrument was the seismograph, and second one was the Richter scale. I hope you might have understood it. So here we'll stop. In next part of the video, we'll see about the tsunamis. Thank you so much.